Firefighters are battling a brush fire in the Lompoc Valley. It's burning near homes in the Vandenberg Village area.
And it has burned 35 acres so far. It is 50% contained. News Channel 3's Blake Devine joins us live from the Red Cross shelter at Cabrillo High School, where people are gathering there, those who had needed to leave their homes earlier this afternoon.
Hey guys, so we're here at Cabrillo High School where the American Red Cross has set up their temporary headquarters, and as you can see, some cars have kind of streamed into the area because of a large fire that broke out earlier this afternoon here in Lompoc and prompted evacuations near Vandenberg Village. This fire is known as the Santa Lucia Fire, and it burned around 1:40 p.m., burned about 35 acres before forward progress was stopped around 3:30 p.m. It broke out near St. Lucia Canyon Road and Klein Boulevard. The fire prompted emergency crews to call for an evacuation of nearby homes in the area west of Highway 1 and South Constellation Road in Vandenberg Village. Firefighters battled the flames with the help of fixed-wing aircrafts and the helicopters under the direction of the Lompoc Fire Department. Flames were moving at a relatively slow rate of speed. However, the spread potentially could be upwards of 500 acres to 1,000 acres as the fire was spotted in 17-mile-per-hour winds. And now we're going to turn it over to Santa Barbara County Public Information Officer Mike Eliason, who just pulled up as we were going live right here. And Mike, thanks for joining us. Tell me a little bit about just how this fire was able to spark so quickly earlier this afternoon.
Well, the cause is still under investigation. We have our investigator out there just now. I just saw him. But this fire was pushed along by those 17-mile-an-hour winds that you had just mentioned, as well as the high temperatures for the Lompoc Valley. It was around 80 degrees at the time of ignition, and that helped push this fire area in an area that hadn't burned significantly in a while. So the fire was spotting ahead of the main part of the fire, which was a concern. That's why those evacuation orders were put in place. We did have some structure protection in place to help defend those homes. Thankfully, no homes were damaged, and so far, no injuries to report.
Right now, a lot of roads are closed. That's why we're not here standing in front of the fire. Can you explain to me why there's so many different entities? We have the Lompoc Federal Prison, we have Vandenberg, and then we have county firefighters along with the Lompoc Fire Department. Why are there so many entities blocking certain roads?
Yeah, we're kind of in that Bermuda Triangle area. We're right there around our area, City of Lompoc Fire Department, as well as the feds. So what we have is we're in a command, mutual command, and so we have county, Lompoc, Vandenberg as our unified command along with the sheriff's department working to contain this fire. And while we had the roads closed, Highway 1 remained open at all points, but it was a lot of the ancillary roads. Santa Lucia Canyon was closed, Floridale at Central was closed because we didn't want anybody coming in. We had a lot of resources responding to the scene, and as you know, that things get crowded and people pull off to the side of the road, so we wanted to keep them safe as the firefighters were working. And the fire was bumped up right against the road, so I passed through and there were fire crews still working to contain some of those hot spots and put them out right along the roadside. So we don't want people driving by, and we want to keep them safe. The areas that were evacuated were the South Village, as well as the the housing for the federal penitentiary. The prison itself was not evacuated, but just the housing area, because the prison was in the path of the fire, but the housing was, as well as potentially the South Village. So that's why those evacuations were put in place, and thankfully, again, those have been lifted.
Mike, what is the current condition of the fire? It seems like the flames have definitely dissipated, and the smoke, you just don't see it as much as it was, like we said, a few hours ago.
Yeah, the smoke has really dissipated, but it has blown to the east. Santa Ynez Valley's got a good blanket of smoke in there right now, so we want to make sure people are aware there are no currently any fires burning in the Santa Ynez Valley. That's just all drift smoke from this fire. The fire. What was it, King? Say the part of your question.
Oh, I think we got the gist of it,
we're at
Mike.
about 35 acres still. Mm-hmm. That number's probably going to change once we get a foot walking around the whole perimeter of the fire. That number may go up, go down. There's a lot of little pockets in that interior portion of the fire, so that number might change. We're still at about 50% containment. We're going to have crews staying on scene overnight. There's a lot of stubborn hot spots on the interior portion of the fire that they've got to grub out and get down and put them to make sure that they're dead out. We don't want any embers carrying outside the containment lines with those winds. So
awesome.
That's where we stand right
Mike, really appreciate the time. We learned a lot, but I just want to clarify, guys, all current evacuation orders have been lifted at this moment in time, and forward progress has been stopped. But we're going to continue to update you throughout the night on our mobile app and website. Reporting live in Lompoc this evening, I'm News Channel reporter Blake Devine.